Hello, it's Sally here. I want to give you an update on our gardens. This is back by the pond. We've got a few things out back here, some daylilies. There's the Stelladoro daylilies. Some dead stuff on the bottom. There's the pond. The fish aren't out today. It's pretty cloudy. We have to work on trying to clear that up. The irises are still out. And here's some oriental lilies. Pretty yellow color. There's some more coming out here. Look at that one. It's pretty. There's going to be more of them. Lots of buds there. There's more irises. These are little critters. Our big-eyed kitty cat. There's some more lilies, red ones. They're kind of on their way out now. The hosta garden has gotten huge. The trees look good. Maple, magnolia. There's a magnolia blossom. They're so pretty, but they don't last long. The bees get in there and they love them. Okay, I'll go back to the garden now, the vegetable garden. My husband had to fence up our apple trees because the deer were eating them. We were spraying them with the deer spray for a while, but he figured it'd be easier to just fence them up. And here's my blueberries. I don't think we'll get anything from them this year. They're still pretty new. The currants, I'm not sure we're getting anything from them this year. I don't know how late they come out, but these are my elderberries. These are huge. They kind of look like palm trees or something. Look at all the blooms on them. So there should be a lot of berries. I'm hoping. I want to make some elderberry jelly. Here's the catnip. Lots of catnip. I'll be making lots of catnip toys this year. I've got some lavender here. Here's my blackberry bushes. I've got some blackberries on there. I'll show you when I get inside here. Whoops. Fence didn't want to come unlatched. Okay, here's the blackberry bushes. Lots of blackberries coming. They have to ripen up some more. There's more down in there. And there's some flowers. Yeah, there's some of the flowers. So I should get a few blackberries. These are my raspberry bushes. I also have wild raspberries growing on the other side of the property. These are the strawberries. They're almost done. We had to put netting over them because the chipmunks like strawberries, evidently. They were getting in there and they eat half of them and leave the rest of it sitting there. Okay, these are my cucumbers. These are the ones that I have tied up to the string, the ones on the ends. This one and down here on the other end, they're the English cucumbers that don't have the big seeds in them. And these ones in the middle that are going to climb up this white shelving stuff, they're pickling cucumbers. So I'll be doing some pickles later on this year. They're doing pretty good. I started them from seed, so once the heat came, they started taking off. These are the tomatoes. They're growing like crazy. They're getting huge. They're climbing up they're working on those strings. They're doing a good job climbing right up there. These are all the big, like the beefsteak tomatoes, the ones that you put on BLTs, the big ones. I think I have rainbow ones and yellow ones. This is our squash garden. I've got beets in between there. The beets go down the middle there. They kind of get some shade from the leaves of the squash. I have green squash on one side and yellow squash on the other side. The leaves are huge. I don't see any blossoms on them yet, but they'll be coming, and they'll climb up this thing. I clip them as they're growing, clip them up there so that they grow, so they will climb right up there, because otherwise they get hidden and you can't see them when you go out to pick them. We usually have like a jungle out here. That's why I switched to this new method with the strings. I thought maybe it would, if they grew up straighter or grew up on those trellises, that it might not get so bushy and so hard to find the tomatoes, because you have to dig through everything. Okay, we'll go over to the other garden now. This one has lots of tomatoes, some lettuce. We've been having salad every night because there's so much lettuce, and I want to eat it before it goes bad. Really good in salads though, and we love salads, so. Look at that lettuce. It's just gorgeous. And I've got some radishes here. I've been picking the radishes, but there's a couple left in there. And the rest of this is peppers. There's my beans, green beans. We have to build some trellises for them to climb up. And these are my sauce tomatoes, the middle garden. The middle bed is, we didn't do the trellises here yet. Next year probably. My husband had knee surgery, so we couldn't get around to doing all the gardens, but we figured if they'd worked out, we'll do this garden next year too. This is all my sauce tomatoes, the Romas, and because we like to eat a lot of spaghetti sauce and pizza sauce. And these are the cherry tomatoes. I did the yellow ones, the gold sun gold, and then there's one that's like half brown and half of a burgundy color. I forget what it's called. Two-tone or something like that. And there's more beans in there. And that's the end of those gardens. Here's my herb garden. We had it up next to the porch, but it wasn't getting enough sun, so I've got thyme and oregano, parsley, dill, and basil. I have some cilantro up on the porch, but I don't know if it's going to do anything. I had it in a planter, but something got in there and dug it all out, and I tried to push it back in, but I don't know. You'll see it when we get over there. Not sure if it's going to make it or not. My pansies. I planted pansies in pots too, but they're so slow. I thought they'd grow faster than that. They're just little tiny things. They're not growing at all. Maybe I got them in too late. These are, what are they called? Gaillardia or something like that? I don't know. This is pansies too. My rosemary. Well, the cilantro, it picked up a little bit. I like to make chimichurri with that, but I don't know. There's some citronella geraniums. It's my hanging baskets. They're gorgeous. Here's another hanging basket. The lantana. And this is nasturtiums. I don't know, the leaves are huge, but I don't see any blossoms on there yet. I don't know if I'm going to get any flowers. I fertilize it, but I don't know. We'll see. This is all snapdragons in here. I did put some poppy seeds in here, so I'm thinking they might come up too. We'll see. Over here, we still have some of the irises. I guess they're Siberian irises. They last a long time. And we've got the tiger lilies. I love lilies. The tiger lilies are beautiful. And they just come up on their own. I didn't even plant them. Here's a hydrangea. This was just a stick that I took off of the other hydrangea that I had. This is our pet graveyard. I took a stick off of the other hydrangea and stuck it in the ground over here, and look how beautiful it came up. So you can transplant them good. The dogwood's all done blooming, I think. No more flowers on him. He's a little crooked. I don't know how he got so crooked. We might have to stake him up. This garden's kind of a mess. We got to get out here and do some weeding. There's some bleeding hearts back there. There's some lilies that are going to come out here. They almost look like they're going to be yellow. Here's my crepe myrtle tree. I won't bother taking you down the other garden because you saw that, but it's kind of getting overgrown now. It gets a little crazy this time of year, and there's not really much blooming back there. It's just all green. Try to go out here by the road. Hope nobody hits me. They drive like maniacs through here. I want to show you our wild roses. We've got all these wild roses that grow here. Aren't they beautiful? I love when they come out. They're just all over here. They're gorgeous. Such a pretty pink color. They grow right in with the wisteria. Well, the wisteria comes out first, and then the roses come out. In the mailbox. We'll go down the driveway. There's some more roses here. This is all vinca in here. The ground cover. And there's a lot of weeds in this garden. I got to get out here and clean this up. There's some more tiger lilies. Yeah, I got to get out here with the rake and clean up all the dead flowers and the weeds. I don't like to come out much this time of year because the mosquitoes kill me. There's our little swingers. They're sitting on the ground because the catalpa tree is leaning down so far. It goes right down the driveway. But that part of it just leans down. This is the other big part of it. This is getting ready to bloom too. There's some, I believe they're called, the yellow flowers back there, they're called moonlight primrose. There's an astilbe that's almost ready to come out. This is the other hydrangea that I planted the other one from. The other one's doing better than this one is. This is the catalpa tree. This has big, huge leaves on it, and it's just starting to flower. Flowers are really, really pretty. They're not all out yet. It'll be really pretty, but that's almost on the ground. That one branch, we're gonna have to cut that one branch off because it just hangs on the ground. I guess you can see that all right. That's the tree, and it goes right up the driveway, and this branch is just hanging down. This is all the wisteria bushes, but they're all done blooming now. There's some bee balm there that should be coming out soon. And over here, there's another red maple that we have on the driveway, by the driveway. These trees back here with the white flowers, I believe they're viburnum. They're pretty. They don't smell real great though. They kind of have a strange smell. These are all of the wild raspberries back in here. Look at all of them. Should have enough to make some raspberry jam this year. I love making jams and jellies. There's some nice ones back there. I'm gonna have to get out here and pick. They almost look like blackberries. Maybe they're like black raspberries. Those dark colored ones might be ready to pick. There's a lot of them. Better get out here and pick them later. Try one and see if it's ready. It's pretty good. I'll have to get out here and pick those dark ones. Maybe I'll make my husband help me. Okay, that's about it. That's about all we have going on around here now. I'll update you when things get a little bigger, when the tomatoes start coming, the cucumbers and squash and everything. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.